What's the dumbest mistake you made on your first day that everyone still remembers? I was a brand new private at Fort Bragg, fresh out of basic training. First day with my new unit, I was nervous as hell and trying way too hard to impress everyone. We were doing morning formation when First Sergeant Davis called out, "Smith, front and center." I snapped to attention. My last name is Smith. This was it, my moment to show what I was made of. I marched to the front of the formation, chest out, chin up, looking sharp. "Yes, First Sergeant," I shouted. He stared at me confused. "What are you doing, Private?" "You called for Smith, First Sergeant." "I called for Staff Sergeant Smith, not you." My face went red. Staff Sergeant Smith was standing 3 rows behind me, trying not to laugh, but I was already committed to this disaster. "Should I go back to formation, First Sergeant?" "No, since you're already here, you can help demonstrate proper push-up form for the new guys." Great. Now I had to do push-ups in front of 200 soldiers because I thought a First Sergeant was personally calling for me on my first day. I dropped down and started doing push-ups. Perfect form, counting loud and clear. 1, 2, 3, keep going, Smith, Davis called out, so I kept going and going and going. Hit 50 push-ups before he told me to stop. By now, the whole company was watching this show. "Outstanding, Private Smith. That's the kind of motivation we like to see." I popped back up to attention, sweating but proud that I'd at least done the push-ups right. "Now, since you're so eager, you can be our volunteer for the morning safety briefing demonstration." This is where things got really bad. The safety brief was about proper lifting techniques. They needed someone to demonstrate lifting heavy equipment. Davis pointed to a huge water cooler. "Smith, show everyone how to properly lift that water cooler using correct form." I walked over, squatted down, grabbed the cooler, and lifted it perfectly. Back straight, legs doing the work, textbook form. "Excellent. Now carry it to the supply room." The supply room was across the entire parade field. In front of God and everybody, I had to carry this massive water cooler like I was delivering furniture. Halfway across the field, my arms started shaking. The thing had to weigh 80 pounds, but I couldn't quit now. The whole company was watching. I made it to the supply room, set it down, and marched back to formation. Every step of the way, guys were snickering and pointing. After formation, Staff Sergeant Smith walked up to me. "Next time, kid, wait to make sure they're actually calling for you." "Yes, Staff Sergeant, lesson learned. But I'll give you credit, you committed to the bit." Most guys would have chickened out halfway through those push-ups. That story followed me through my entire deployment. Guys would joke about calling for the other Smith whenever they needed someone to volunteer for something stupid. Even got a nickname out of it. They called me front and center for the rest of my time in that unit. The crazy part, 2 years later, I actually did get promoted ahead of some of my peers. Turns out First Sergeant Davis remembered that day as an example of someone who didn't quit when things got embarrassing. He wrote in my evaluation that I showed exceptional commitment to following through on tasks, even under unexpected circumstances. Military leadership loves that kind of stuff.